sorry I was wrong. That's why I left why the Nerf and put sorry I was wrong. Because, yeah, I was kind of wrong on several, several levels on that deal. Um, Several damn levels on that deal I was wrong of it. And I really am sorry over that because, yeah, they tweeted it out, which I think I got to that in the last video, that they tweeted it out, and, shit ain't good. I mean, there's a list of weapons and the deal. I understand why everybody is taking the shit so hard, because Arc Plasma got nerfed in that deal. About everything took a hit. I mean, the strum took a hit. The Strela took a hit by a point. Bronco got upped. Damn. The Fofia Prime got hit pretty friggin' hard. The Breton got a boost from 0.96 to a 1.0. So, and there's a lot got hit in that deal on those Revens. And, you know, that's one dude, man. I'm telling you, man. He's comical, and I don't think he's really trying to be comical. He's pissed, and I mean, he's damn sure pissed. This dude is. And you know, I mean, but I mean, well, and I think he kind of went about it just a tad bit wrong with his rant, because he was throwing a whole lot of crappy ass dies and bullshit like that into his rant, which I honestly thought was kind of really uncalled for to you know, to go that far. But I mean, I mean, to be honest, I just honestly think that's a tad bit uncalled for to talk like that about wishing death and shit like that. But I mean, he's got legit reasons to be pissed. I mean, and who doesn't on that, for that matter? I mean, not only did they hurt the Revens, they kind of hurt the economy of the game too, because Revens will no longer sell. I mean, right here's a list of them, and I mean, it's right off the dev workshop off of Warframe itself, and they got it as hidden content on it, and they will be as it is. It just goes into primaries, secondaries, and shotguns. And then it also says, you know, that melee Revens have not been changed yet, though tweaking will come along with weapon rebalancing in melee 3.1, 3.0. So they're going to have Revens, melee Revens too. So my best say enjoy them while you got them. I mean, they're calling to boycott for tuna and all that, and all that. This one dude is. I mean, he is kind of comical in a way, but I mean, he definitely does have a legit beef with him about it. I mean, you know, because I understand where he's coming from about it. I choose, and I've chose since I started playing the game to not rely on selling and shit to the game that I mean, you know, honestly, God, I thought the shade had more. I mean, I've honestly chose to support within buying plat and stuff from him, so I get him there, man. I don't blame him. I know that. I mean, the guy, like he said, he supported the game, and to have over the 1,000 and whatever hours, he says he has over 1,000 hours in it, like he's an MR25, so I would think he's totally legit on saying how much hours he has in it. I mean, nobody could really justify their deal when it comes to the ribbons, man. I mean, he just makes it seem a little comical about it, to be honest. But I mean, he's legit in what he's saying, and that's a fact. I mean, because I mean, like it or not, I mean, and to be honest, I don't like any kind of Nerf when it comes to a game. It always is never good, like I said earlier. But I mean, to see what everybody is ranting about, I mean, it's totally understandable. I mean, I agree with the guy, not to the extent that I would say some of the shit he said. I mean, because some of the shit that guy said was pretty hostile. But, I can't link his shit, but I mean, it's well working as hell. I mean, he's very entertaining, I'll give him that, man. He don't give a damn to wish death on quite a few people. I mean, seriously, this guy don't give a damn to wish death on quite a few fucking people. And to find it, just tap this and I'll throw it in my chat here, up in it, so you guys can see it. And just tap that in.
Dev Workshop, Ribbon Disposition Changes.
And you'll find the guy's video up. They're just typing that in. I mean, it's he could come off a little better with the way he went about his video. I mean, besides all the hatred and death he's wishing upon people, I mean, he's legit in what he's saying, dude. I mean, in my opinion, he kind of honestly is, because I do get where he's coming from, because he's coming from it as a veteran player with all the hours spent farming, buying plat, buying the mods, and to have them messed with in the way they have. I mean, he's definitely legit of his beef with them, but I mean, the only fault I've seen against the guy's video, I mean, you know, is that he was, to be honest, I will go watch it fast because I figure some haters will come in hating on him on that dealer and get that and cause his video to be removed, to be honest. Because I mean, just being totally honest, I figure they'll have that one took down on him on that because yeah. I mean, yeah. He's awful hateful up in that deal on that one, to kind of to kind of be totally honest, or I mean, not hateful. He's strikingly funny. I mean, but he got awful hateful hatred toward DE and stuff on that dealer. I mean, and poor dude's video won't make it real long. I don't figure. I mean, which he don't have but like 100 and whatever subs. So, I mean, as far as monetizing the video, he hasn't. But, I mean, all the hate he throwed out in it, he'd have got by with if he hadn't. Just they're wishing him death, man. I mean, that'll probably be what gets his video, honestly, removed. But I mean, you ought to go check it out. I mean, he's got some legit, he's got some really legit reasons. But on the same hand, he could have went about it different. But I mean, I guess you get passionate over games you love, and I think it's more than safe to say the guy really loves the game. I mean, he really showed that by the way he went about it. I'm not talking about the guy. I mean, I feel the guy's hurt because it does kind of seem that they're trying to choke it down and make you choke on a few things on that deal. I mean, to be honest, like I've said before, it did hurt the economy of the game. I mean, and for the guys that rely on making plat on the game, I mean, and it does make you feel that that they're trying to make you choke a little bit on some. I mean, a lot. But I mean, I totally agree with the guy. I mean, honestly, I absolutely, totally agree with him. I mean, you ought to go check him out, bro, 'cause he's funny. I mean, he's definitely friggin' funny. But he has legit, he has legit about his, what he's saying. I mean, he's funny as hell, man. I've never heard anyone wish that much death on people. I mean, to be totally honest about it, I've heard some people go off on some hard rants over a game, but that guy there, man, he takes some hard fucking rants up on him. I mean, he says some shit that I wouldn't even repeat. And I mean, I understand him totally. That I don't like it either, man, because like I said, anytime you nerfs start happening on a game, they're never good, man. I mean, you know, that's just being totally honest. Nerfs is never good, and I mean, like the guy said, which is totally true. Either you buy ribbons, which, and I agree with him about the pity ribbons they give you in the once they've had a dev stream, and then they'll have an alert for the guys that don't play it nor choose to finish the storyline of the game. They can play these shorties and take the chance of getting them, but no, I do agree with the guy 100% when it comes to that, which, I mean, he didn't put it that nice about it. He put it in a lot of dead ways. I mean, his ways of putting it was kind of vicious. I mean, well, kind of, they were damn sure vicious. And, I mean, for the art plasma, I mean, in a way, I mean, everybody would have seen that coming on that weapon, because it's a, it's a dojo weapon that you, I mean, unless you just want to play with it early on in the game, you can, you don't have to buy it. I mean, you know, you can get the weapon without having to buy it with platinum. And damn, Banshee again, prime receiver. So I mean, so I do honestly totally get the guy, but he didn't go into that. I mean, I'm just sitting here honestly looking at the weapons. They did somewhat nerf the either nerfed or buffed in some cases on the on it. You know, like some got a buff, some like the twin gremlins. They took a nerf that was just like a point on a nerf, and some got a point buff, some got a substantial buff to them, and like the Viper ended up taking about it was a 1.56 weapon that they've ended up nerfing to 1.45. So, I mean, that's, I mean, anytime which I don't have the Viper, the weapon I use the most myself ended up getting about a 5-point buff. I mean, was 0.96 and ended up being 1.0.1 is what the buff was, and they give a buff to the bursting, which that gun really needed it. On the ribbon on it went from a 118 to a 125, and the buzz lock took about a 10-point deduction. It's a 155, and now it equals to 145. That's pretty good. I mean, and the dread went from 0.82 is now a 0.9. I mean, that's a substantial one there. And the Hema got got a point up. The Negnus took it took a hell of a one too, like 7 points. And the later on, it got a like a 8-point up. The matter got a substantial one. It went from a 1 point. Well, it went down about. Well, I got the Melissa's got a 5-point up. The Purus, the Purus needed it too. I wouldn't even buy a Revan for a fucking Purus Prime, to be honest. Went from 0.96 to 1.5, so that's pretty good on that one. The Rubico went down. Went from a 1.1 to 0.95. And I don't know how that'll affect prime weapons, but I mean the Rubico itself and the Soma went from a 0.5 to a 0.55, which that's really good for the Soma. It just seems to me that they've made harder to get a hold of weapons. I mean, because the Soma is vaulted. I mean, and the Supra took a deduction. The Tiburon took a deduction. The Vectress, damn, and they just give that gun away on Twitch for Twitch Prime. This gun just took a hell of a deduction too. I mean, from 1.0 to 0.92. I mean, the snipers seeming to have took some hard deductions. The Zora went up 8 points. It's crap anyway. I mean, that fucking Zora's a piece of shit. The Estrella went down 1. Ew. And the secondaries, the Ballistica, ooh, damn, they upped it by 10. Bronco went up 1. I mean, this is all on their site in the Dev Workshops. The Ribbon, just go to Hidden Contents, and it will show you the what they did do and stuff on that deal. I mean,
Tenno, there's a time-limited mission alert available. Check navigation.
Some weapons took some hard damn hits. To be honest, I mean, and plus they did remove the Sentinel ribbons. It says that if you already own them, that it won't. That it says on other relevant notes, separate from these disposition changes, we removed Sentinel weapons from the ribbon generation pools. Those that own Sentinel weapon ribbons will still own them in their inventory. Unveiling a Sentinel weapon ribbon was simply lacklustrous compared to the more acceptable weapons. I mean, damn. And some kissed ass with them on it, and some were blunt and bad move DE, and some says they expected it to be worse than what it was, and then one acts so we'll be able to get Sentinel ribbons eventually through some other means. I'm kind of like him on that, because Sentinel ribbons really don't drop that good in this game anyway. I mean, I don't like it and shit, but I mean, it wasn't a pure game breaker for me on that deal, and I'm not gonna lie about it. I just totally being honest about it, that it's really not a damn game breaker for me on it, that I feel that they've betrayed me that damn bad that I mean that I would even think about quitting playing the game over a simple thing as a ribbon. I mean, but and I'm like, I don't know, to be honest, on that deal there, dude. I just straight up, total honesty of it. I'm out of here, bro.
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to
I
the
done got
extraction point.
fucked
Well done.
once before. I'm one of them, and there's no need to stay on in it. I mean, it's I'm like most of the guys when it comes to this. What brought this on? They say I mean a while right before Fortuna would launch on the consoles, or what really brought it on. Would be my honest question about it. I mean, seriously, that'd be my most honest question of the whole deal. What brought all this on? When I mean, fact is fact. After watching the video I did about the in-game deal, and as I can show you, I need 2 more. Let's open some misos. See, and that was supposed to have been a defense on Hydra for Axie. Oh, they left. That was one of the. But I mean, I just and I am like everybody on it. I mean, why all of a sudden the Nerf when a Fortuna is coming out, and is it? I mean, with anything should be harder, a harder map. So, what brought the Nerf on? I mean, and is it to try to choke you out to buy more of their shit, or is it? I mean, is it bad enough players are not making enough platinum in the game as it is? I mean, to be honest, it's not looking too friggin' good all the way around on that deal. I mean, there's like I said, I mean, this guy was a vet, and he's, I mean, remains to be seen. Which I honestly believe the guy that he does mean it, that he's no longer going to support nor and shit of the game, and he says he refuses to come back to the game until they fix it. I mean, which I hope the dude well with that. I mean, you know, but to be totally true and honest, he did. He was panic button. Panic button.
Attack
I mean, honestly, I get the dude, I understand him what he's saying and shit, I really do. But I mean, I don't think they're gonna change the game, to be honest, just to suit him, man, to be, you know, nor him, nor me, or anyone else. No more than I think that, you know, like Fallout, Bethesda is going to change, the concepts they've come up with for Fallout 76 to suit a couple individuals. It would have to be on a massive deal, and I mean, and if people do boycott the game and quit playing it over it, and they start seeing a loss in revenue, that, you know, they would probably, to be honest, fix it. But until that's seen, dudes can forget it. And there's people coming into this game daily that would never even realize that changed, nor cares, because it wouldn't the war within, nor the sacrifice, or those folks. I mean, that play it casually and don't care. I mean, in my opinion, in my true opinion of the deal, there's, I mean, and now to where Evans are seeing one of the, as being some of the highest priced of anything in the game, really lost some lackluster territory that, with the real decline in prices, in my opinion, I mean, make you really think before you buy them, because the ones that's not on the list have been Nerf, should be eventually. I mean, and then you throw in with the, as Dunner said, I mean, it's right in their own words. I'm not adding to nor taking away that the melee weapons are going to get a rework too. So,
that was a close one.
Which, that kind of honestly don't bother me a bit, because I think, like, most rely too much on OP and melee weapons anyway. I mean, and I don't, and to be honest about it, and I mean, but it's all in someone's game style too, how they want to play and how they play. I mean, so I could understand, you know, it's on how you yourself want to play. Again, totally honest on that deal, in my opinion. I mean, like I said, and I keep saying, you know, you kind of get shoved down your throat. I mean, and I guess they kind of really doesn't think about it either when it comes to that. You know, that's mod spaces, because ribbon's totally different, and these guys that collected all these ribbons, I mean, what would kind of be the point of keeping no more than the spaces you have already open to ribbon mods when, at any given time they're actually through with them? I mean, I'll agree with the dude when it comes to some things should be set in stone and should not be pulled with. I mean, and when they start changing the disposition of mods, that really isn't cool. You expect it on the frames, and it's not just bad enough they do the frames and they do the mods too. This one dude, I forget his name, but the way I take it, he's partnered with them, so, and even one of their own partners get pissed at their in-game content.
Extraction is ready.
And the drop rate of it and shit says a whole hell of a lot, but to be honest, I think I'm just going to grab a little formula on that one. That's pretty crappy, to not lie, because here it is, they, Chroma took a Nerf
Continue to defend.
to be a prime,
Rewarded for your bravery.
and I didn't feel that was all justified on that deal. And now they're nerfing mods that people are buying, which, in all honesty of it, they are given as rewards in the game itself. So, that kind of really shouldn't surprise people that they nerf them. Like I said, from the way I read of it, this is not the first time they ever did it anyway, so I would think that it, to be totally honest about it, it's not like it's the first time they did it, but maybe it is for this guy that went off on that hell of a rant like he did. Maybe it is his first time since he's been playing, but I honestly don't see it being good. They'll probably lose. They probably lose some players over it, and as being a player of the game and stuff, and selling stuff every now and then, that's kind of not too good, because what are we going to? For the people that don't like opening the ribbons, and I don't. From where I could get at least 20 plat out of a melee or a rifle mod, there's really not it's kind of a little something from it. That's gonna hurt that, man. People are now that things have come the way they are with the ribbons. Again, I think for like the 8th time, people are not really going to want to put no substantial plat in them, veiled nor unveiled for that matter, because it depends on which ribbon it is. And so therefore, some ribbons are going to sell cheaper and some are going to go up. I don't know if it'll be the backlash that guy's hoping for in the community about it, but I think there will be a backlash about it. It's But do they really care? I mean, they're riding on the success of a couple good DLCs, a couple, expansions they did. So is it really going to matter that much to them? I mean, and this guy even was to Matt Eve and said he was going to even go start playing Destiny too, and he hated that fucking game. And why does it always go to the Destiny aspect? I mean, the games are totally friggin' different. I mean, and they truly are. And that's not siding with no damn body. Destiny and this game are different. I mean, and it's not hard to see. I don't get the... but if he's trying to steer away from microtransactions, they have them too. I mean, and on crap. I mean, literally crap. And EA has them. Rockstar has them. I mean, you can't just go to that of it. I mean, I think that's just beginning to be the norm of when it comes to that, man. I mean, seriously, you can play. In my opinion, you can blame gamers that when it comes to them like them with like the Call of Duties and stuff like that. I mean, if they would have shut that, if the gamers would have shut that trend down from the start instead of buying into it like they did, as far as it would go with those games, would not be the case. I mean, that it would ever be that way, and that's just being honest. I mean, like them being in the Call of Duties and being in the and stuff like that, they wouldn't be there that if gamers hadn't have bought right up into that shit and went to doing like they have to
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
to give it a foothold in the games. That I mean, but no, on this game, I mean, you know that from the start that this game was that nature of a game. So I mean, that's crime wolf in my in my opinion when it comes to saying, well, I didn't know, or bro, I mean, to be totally honest, yeah, you kind of friggin' did, because it's the nature of this game that it is. I mean, and but for a new player, and I've said that from the start, you cannot come into this game as a new player and not have to spend platinum in the game. It's very hard. I mean, it's very hard, and you will delete 90% of your shit over it. I mean, and that's being honest. I mean, straight up, totally honest. You will delete 90% of your crap to try to play it that way, and then there's just but I will say this, you know, if you're thrifty and can use the trade chat, you will get beyond that point that you don't have to do it. But no, we're talking a lot of friggin' grinding trade chat, and everybody's out to sell something. So, I mean, and it's having what they need at the time, so, of that deal. I mean, I've just been honest. I mean, trade chat is screwed up anyway. Because some people give a lot and some don't want to give much. I mean, and now the I honestly agree with them. The one thing that was a popular thing were the rhythm mods, and it does kind of make you think that DE seems for how much platinum they're selling for, and thought, oh no, that's not. All these new players are coming in and see this. They're not going to. It's making her game look more really expensive to play. No shit, DE. We fucking know that, man. I mean, to be a friggin' free to play, it's expensive game to play. I mean, that's just been totally fucking honest, man. I mean, and when someone says, well, I got about a grand up in that game, or this and that, I tend to, you know, believe that they have got that in it, because, I mean, I honestly do believe that because it's not hard to put a lot of, especially with microtransactions, dude, it's not hard to get a lot of money up in the game. I mean, and if you really want to look at it from that point of view, it's unlike any other game that you know, it doesn't end. So therefore, I mean, and this guy is pissed off. He said, well, he could keep playing the game, and he'd go to these, he got them Chinese sites, but, I mean, he doesn't want to have to do that. All the hell he'd have to do is get on eBay, and I'm for sure there's plenty of that play the game that sells flat on her, you know. It's not as fucking cheap as he's letting it out to be. I've seen it. I mean, it's just like $1 or $2 difference than buying it from DE and buying it from those guys. Plus, you're taking the chance of getting crooked with that deal, to where you're not. With DE, you're going to get your platinum. So I don't agree with that deal. Yeah, to be honest, I mean, that's just debatable, shady sites that you can get ripped off on there, man. I wasn't to know one there, because, I mean, not everybody's upfront and trustworthy when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, not to where you can, you know, and that's just iffy and shady shit. I wouldn't buy into doing that crap at all, bro. I mean, seriously, I would not endorse anyone doing that either. I mean, because You ever heard that? Well, if it sounds too good to be true, maybe it is. Deals on that. On those deals. I mean, seriously, on that. I mean, really on that. No way I would do that shit. Too much room to get cheated there on that deal, be it consoles or PC there, I mean. And then, I mean, what are they going to do to you if they catch you? And you really honestly do have to look at that point of view of that. What if they caught you doing that? I mean, I think it would be an automatically abandoned deal, and I mean, I wouldn't buy a plat from places like that myself. I mean, they probably a lot of people, the legit places you could get it from, but I mean, that's just really iffy shit, dude, when he went there, I felt that he was kind of really stepping pretty hard there on it. When the guy went there, you know, talking about doing that shit, I mean, to be totally honest, I thought that was kind of hitting some boundaries that he probably shouldn't have hit because of, I mean, in my opinion, he'd be sending someone to shady-ass sites that could honestly get a person, you know, could honestly get a person ripped off, and that shit wouldn't be good. I mean, in my opinion. In my total opinion of that wouldn't be good, bro. Because if they get ripped off and shit, I mean, I would feel bad for even suggesting that they went and did it my own self, let alone, I mean, you know, we see these stuff on like that on eBay all the time. I mean, and you can't help but to really laugh about it because that. I mean, I just honestly couldn't trust sites like that. I mean, it's just too. We honestly live in some shitty times that it could never work out to your favor on that deal. I mean, in my opinion, it could go wrong quick. Seriously, on that. I mean, it could go wrong really damn quick. Of a bunch of factors trying to do that stuff.
Tenno, a new alert has begun. It will be marked on navigation.
I mean, yeah, PayPal could get your money back. I would think. I would hope. But I mean, that's really kind of shady crap. Just being honest on that one. That's really shady practices are. That, and I just honestly don't think that it would ever work out to your advantage. in my true honest opinion, they've especially like if you be dealing with foreign countries and crap as such. I mean, let's be honest, it's not hard to get ripped off on eBay anyway, to let alone to go to these third-party sites. And I know ESO has a policy when it comes to buying accounts that no matter what platform it's on, if they catch you unbuying an account, they automatically ban the account. And I don't know about these guys, but I would think it about basically would work the same for them too. I mean, just protest them and try to boycott their bullshit, man. I mean, would be what I would tell someone. It damn sure wouldn't be to go buy shit from third-party sites that you really don't know jack shit about yourself that you're throwing out there telling people to do. I mean, but maybe he was talking from experience of that shit, man. I mean, you don't know. But he's funny to watch, regardless. Sure to check him out. I mean, honestly. The guy is comical, in a way, but he's got some really legit issues with it. But then again, he starts throwing out shady shit to pull, which, in my opinion, is not too good either. When you tell people, well, you can always go to, he called them Chinese sites and buy platinum and that stuff, and I mean, shit, make it in game, dude, as to do that.
Deep below the surface, the scanner has picked up a target. Go to the dig site.
I mean,
there are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic.
in my opinion, that would be what I'd suggest. You know, if you can't afford to buy platinum or whatever, just make it in game the best you can or whatever, than to do shit like that, man. I mean, that's just not too good, dude. That was shady of that guy throwing that shit out there too, man. Not to lie about it. I mean, if the guy hasn't got his account banned, I mean, he's apt to get it banned for throwing out shit like that, because, I mean, they could always say, well, this guy must be doing something, or he wouldn't have known about these sites. I think we all know about those sites. I didn't know about no sites like that. I know they did that shit on eBay. Because it's a popular thing, or about selling accounts. A lot of people get on eBay to sell their accounts and stuff. Hell, I've even talked before about selling my accounts my own self. I mean, just because you have so much, and I mean, in that matter, I think that should totally be up to you when it comes to that matter, because I think you should deserve that much to try to recover some of your money from like a PlayStation account, an Xbox account. I think you honestly should be able to try to recover somewhat of your money, especially if you know, you have no intentions of playing that specific platform anymore. I mean, that should be honestly up to you. But I mean, to create an account with the specifically to sell is kind of no, not really. I think that an account's an account, and if you put money into it, that you should have the option to sell it if you want. I mean, to be honest, in my opinion, I think that shouldn't be that big a deal, that if you decide to do whatever when it comes to an account, it should be your own personal business. I mean, they should not have control of that much aspect of your game, and that, you know, like, I don't see anything myself wrong with it. Be it on a free-to-play game or whatever, if somebody wants to buy an account instead of having to rank it up, as long as it was done legitly and it's not a hacked account, I honestly don't see that it's wrong, and that's just being honest. But if it was done right and they took the time, they ranked it up and did it, I mean, that should be their prerogative if they want to do that and sell them, and that should be anyone's prerogative if they want to buy them. I mean, instead of this bullshit, we'll ban you and all that crap. I mean, because, like, honestly and truly, that's really not no shady ass practices and shit. I'm for sure there's plenty of people that do that, and I honestly myself do not see anything wrong with doing that, because I mean, it's not like you're stealing from them. I mean, it's honestly not. I mean, it's really honestly not like you're stealing from anyone when it comes to that. I mean, period of that deal.
Protect the unit while it extracts the artifact.
I mean, be it this game or whatever, I mean, it's really not, you know, not like you robbed them to get the shit. You played the game to get it. I mean, that's totally different than anything like that. I mean, I honestly, truly do not see anything whatsoever wrong with selling accounts. I mean, it should be your prerogative if you want to do that. I mean, honestly, it should. A lot of people don't have the time to play and stuff. I mean, like a modded account, I can honestly understand they're not wanting that, but I mean, when it comes to selling a legit account that was played to get where it is, I mean, that's truly not that's not wrong. I mean, like a lot of people get disgusted and quit playing something, and when they do, is it wrong that they want to get rid of it? No, I mean honestly, I mean to recoup some of their money. No, dude, I don't see that being wrong, and that's just being totally honest. I mean, I got an account on ESO right now. I'd sell that motherfucker in a heartbeat. Because, I mean, and that's just being honest. I would honestly sell that damn account in a heartbeat because, I mean, but with a game like this, it would be the more you owned and shit into it would be the more of what you're going to be able to get out of it. I mean, just having ranked 30 characters wouldn't cut it. It'd be like being master prestiged out and stuff of that nature would be what people would want. But I would honestly hate to see how much someone would want for an account on here that would be master prestige and with I mean ribbon wise they could sell those and stuff, but I mean from what the cost of ribbons has been up until this point would ooh.
Proceed to the dig site.
I mean, would yeah. I honestly do truly don't see anything period wrong with that. Because, like I said, you know, we all get disgusted, like that one guy's disgusted with him right now, but I mean, to be honest, that's probably not an option he has, is to be able to sell his account and recoup his money. Maybe it is, though. If he's a console user, I would say definitely he can. I mean, consoles don't look down upon it like PC does. I mean, PC looks really down on it where consoles don't. I mean, I mean, because with a console, but with a console also, it ain't just that one damn account you're selling every damn thing you got. And that's what makes it rough about a console, to be totally honest about it, because with console, you're selling every damn thing you have. To PC, you're selling that one specific account, and the console don't come off that easy. If only. And I don't see. I mean, like Warframe signed in as your Warframe signed in as this with this console instead of being PC. It's email address and individual name. I mean, ESO does sign in different than that, but when it boils down to it, it's still for that console. So, I mean, that'd be one you could pull on a ESO, but I mean, without any really big ass repercussions of it, to be honest, because I mean, PlayStation don't give a fuck anyway. I mean, people steal your account and shit all the time on it. I mean, truly. I mean, honestly. So, as far as that goes when it comes to I mean, it really does. So, yeah, I mean, it's not like that it's that big a game changer when it comes to the way people are on the consoles. I don't think, I think Xbox has kind of took some issues against it because they won't let you change emails anymore like they used to. But like what PlayStation is totally fine to change emails. I mean, seriously, it is. They don't care. I guess the way they look at it, that's just more money for them in the long run when you start another one. And I mean, for PC to be solid and looked at as the master race like it is, it does have a lot of drawbacks for it being the way it is. I mean, because where a console user can honestly get by with selling their account, I mean, a PC user would 9 times out of 10 get caught.
Excavator is ready to go. Powered and protected from enemy fire.
Up in that deal, in my opinion. I mean, like Warframe has a very strict policy. They don't take no email changes of accounts, and nobody's really going to give you that. I mean, could you buy an account and trust the email that the guy's not going to take the damn thing back from you? I mean, after paying that for it, I mean, you really can't. So the first thing you're going to do is change the email on it, and then credit card and whatever is going to change on that bill and shit. And damn, these guys are, I mean, you fuckers is retarded. I mean, seriously, bro. Getting out too much shit. We're not gonna get this one. I can tell you that. Well, maybe. That's luck.
You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Excavation complete.
Look what we found.
Oh, sure crap. One miss. Yeah, I got to tell, bro. I mean, you guys scared me on that deal. I'll tell you that right there, bro. And you brought that on yourself. Which I think this guy was. I think this one guy was a console user that was ranting like that. I could be wrong, but from the way it looked like he was signed in on the forum, he was a console user. So, like I said, but I could be wrong on that deal too, to be honest. I could be totally wrong on that deal. I'm not for sure what he or how he does on that deal. But like I said, he had legit concerns and disgust. In my opinion, he honestly did. But I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything with the guy, but he can call for a boycott all he wants. That don't mean people's gonna do it. I mean, I think it's after 7 times of it happening, if they were going to boycott, they would have done it, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion. Just being honest about it. I mean, and to me, I'm so used to developers doing shit like that anyway. But, I mean, he's just young and disgusted and just, I mean, all I can tell you is I wish him well on Destiny too, bro, because I don't think you're going to be too happy, dude. I mean, as far as that goes, I think you'll find more disgust with fucking Activision than you ever will with DE, bro. Well, they're just being straight up. I mean, damn, dude, look at GTA, and it's a great game, too. I mean, I'm not down on the game, but it's a microtransaction game that, even though the game's old as it is, it's still a fucking $60 a game, dude, and, I mean, seriously, it's still a $60 a game, and their microtransactions is just as, if not shittier, than this one. I mean, their heists do not pay jack shit, and they band on multiple levels every time they have one. They have big ass multi-bands. I mean, and I think I had another one to rank up. I mean, they honestly do, dude. I mean, they, you know, and it's no wonder that people really honestly, I thought I had one more. Should have had a Death Cube. I mean, no shit on that deal. Them fuckers, they honestly make that game to hit just disgusting on a bunch of damn fucking levels, to be totally honest about it. I mean, okay. I mean, they really do. That fucking game is just,
I've been thinking, operator. I thought you'd want to know.
it's just a work of fucking art, the way they freaking carry on, dude. I mean, honestly, when it comes to the shit Rockstar pulls about their microtransactions, I mean, there is no cheap alternative in their microtransactions, man. I mean, honestly, there's not. And if they get you doing one exploit, they will strip you of everything, if not ban your ass. And I mean, you know, I can say Rockstar pay better on your fucking missions and your heists and shit. And I mean, that's one of my downfalls through Red Dead Redemption. it's gonna be riddled with microtransactions, just the same as GTA 5, and I mean, and the shitty part is they will massive ban anyone they catch doing anything to exploit their shit, dude. And I mean, is it really right when they cut the rate of making currency in the game so damn bad that you cannot? I mean, you have no other unless you want, and they jerk shit in and out so much that they pretty well make you choke on their microtransactions, dude. I mean, it's not that good, man. I mean, it honestly isn't. I mean, not that this one's great on them either, dude. I mean, for $10 worth of plat, well, per se, whatever, about 20 really. You cannot buy very much on this game for that amount. I mean, it basically just will, I mean, like, like buying shit is sad, kind of, even with this one, when it comes to that, dude, because, I mean, when you, even like these squad mate ammo stores will make one, I mean, no, okay, let's go to, in progress, a plat for what is 1 minute, one plat to, I mean, it's shitty things like that right there. It really pisses you off. I mean, and then they put 3 days on a damn frame, besides the 12 hours to build each piece of it. They still put 3 days on it, man, to try to get you to entice you to go ahead to go ahead and buy it, to pay for it, and which, I mean, in my honest opinion, is kind of shady in itself, to be honest. And I guess we got another Lex we can sell. It's, I mean, some shit's real shady, beyond, I mean, like, honestly, they choke you on gun slots, Warframe slots, and as far as ribbon slots, and I can't honestly see why the guys are really getting pissed off when it comes to the ribbon slots, because you got to set 15 of them, and then there's 20 plats from there. So, I mean, you know, which in your 20 platted to death in the fucking game as it is kind of shitty, dude. I mean, that they're fucking with them, and knowing good and damn well that, you know, they are, I mean, honestly, knowing good and damn well that it's costing you that X amount of plat and shit to get the stuff, and that is money in the ye's pocket. And then they're fucking with them. I mean, that is enough to piss you off. I mean, that's enough to piss you off pretty hard, man. I mean, because when you add it up for plat, you know, we're talking 20 for each one, and you times these by the 30 some frames I have, I mean, that's over 3,000 That's right. That's what 10's 200. That's about 2,000 fucking plat, man, right there, and that's like $150, dude. I mean, of slots, and that right there, that's $60 right there, dude. No questions asked. $60. I mean, honestly, no questions asked. That is what I paid for it. I mean, and you do feel overwhelmed with plat being shoved down your damn throat when it comes to that. I mean, I'm down to 2 more, and then, that little venture's over, but still yet, not really, because they keep introducing frames to the game, so, I mean, it's kind of a never-ending cycle when it comes to it. I mean, it really is, and like it or lump, it's a fact. And then the 12 plat for 2 gun slots each time, 20 plat for each ribbon, 20 plat to open up these. Let me see. Let's go here. It's 20 plat to open those up, or you'll farm your ass to death with the cephalon to get the to open up each one. So I mean, yeah, I mean it's kind of really is a fucking never-ending cycle for it. I mean, and then I need to go there anyway because of so that'd be funny, yeah. But I mean, it's I mean, it truly is one of those deals that you do feel like you're getting microtransactions to death, but I mean, and it's honest to say, if you use trade chat right, you can go beyond having to spend your money itself to keep going in the game, unless you want cosmetics at big amounts. I mean, and that shit. But it's I mean there'd be an uproar over the Revan, because I mean, like I said, a lot of people collect them, and a lot rely on making money from them, making platinum from them. A lot of people rely on that to make platinum from them that's just straight up facts are on that people absolutely rely on making platinum from them, knowing good and well that that's their intentions, So I mean, it's like I said, it's one of those deals that nobody's gonna be happy out of it. I mean, that's just being honest. Because you can say what you want and try to side up and shit in it, but at the end of the day, it's not right, and it just truly isn't. I mean, that's just being honestly, because I mean, you do have to keep in account people have a lot of money in this game, and then to get shit nerfed as just enough to piss you off even more. I mean, I've just been and that's been totally honest. It's just enough to piss you off that much more, knowing that that they're doing this shit, and I mean, as a community. Okay, I'm not wanting to complete that when I take that.
You should know that I now regret seeking your assistance.
I'll fuck you, bro.
I can see you are hungry for the knowledge of the sanctuary. This fine specimen could be the next addition to the sanctuary. Help me discover its secrets. Good. Even while others are blinded by petty morality, you recognize the virtue of the sanctuary.
I mean, I absolutely feel that there's a lot of shit pushed off on you. Gaming per se in its entirety, there's a lot pushed off on gamers. I mean, when it really boils down to it, at the end of the fucking day, it's gamers that you blame for it, because gamers are the ones that really brought it upon themselves. Not all gamers. I mean these guys that helped that trend of the fucking microtransactions, because I think as much as it they release toward this game, toward microtransactions, that a lot of people would have rather bought it, the game, and paid for a season pass for it. I mean, but I mean, would have been a hell of a lot easier than, I mean, I'm over $500-600 in on this game my own self, so I can understand their disgust. I mean, especially when every move you make in the game costs you fucking platinum. I mean, and I mean, you just really gotta understand how it does disgust you. I mean, it really does disgust you knowing that, I mean, either delete your shit off, or, I mean, and ain't nobody wanting to delete primes. Or stop at your mastery. I mean, it's not cool, bro. Yeah, they give you shit on it all the time, and I mean, and I don't go kiss ass with them in their dev streams to get free platinum from them or anything like that. So, I mean, that's just being honest. I honestly don't. I very seldom watch their fucking dev streams, and when I do, I don't go to conversating with them in chat, because, I mean, you gotta also look, there's thousands upon thousands watching, and I mean, your odds of getting shit out of them's kind of nigh as none. They're going to take care of their partners first and foremost, and I mean, either you play the game because you like it, or find you something you do like, man. I mean, you know, but I mean, they got, I mean, like I've said before, I mean, I know I'm too nasty mouthed for them, and I really don't give a fuck as far as that goes. It does not affect me nor the way I feel with them about the game. I like their game. I honestly do. And I'm not going to talk shit about them about their game. They got a great game. I mean, but they're a typical company, man. And I mean, people don't really look at that. That boils down to it. They are a typical company trying to make money, and you know, and going to be haters and going to be fanboys, and when you try to stay about neutral in between, it's about the best way, in my opinion, to be. I mean, call them out on their bullshit, and I mean, and then tell and thank them when they've done something good. You know, I mean, it's bullshit about the Revens. That's a fact. I mean, it does kind of favor that they're cutting the economy of the game, or jacking it, either way you want to look at it. I mean, because they're not clear, and even into the dev works, they're not clear that if you already had a ribbon that it affected it. I take it that it affected it regardless, and but they're not clear and won't go into it about it. But I believe the only reason they're not doing that is just the simple fact is they say, yeah, it affected it. People's going to tell them, well, fuck you, do you stick that game up your ass? I mean, that's that's basically that of that. But I would more than gladly about bet anyone had affected every damn ribbon that's on that list that did take an effect, did get affected, whether you've owned it or just wrote it out. I mean, they're cautioning you, dude, right here. I mean, and they do it again right in the dev works. They caution you right there again of the same fucking message, that be cautious when engaging in your crude 10-0 bartering, as some mods may not be as they once were. I mean, what are they gonna do? Fuck with the primes next? I mean, already cost you a fucking million credits to even trade on the damn things. I mean, and what's up with that? I mean, seriously, what the hell is this? What the fuck? I have no idea. But I mean, really, on that deal, dude, that's kind of anyway it goes. Straight up, it was a shitty deal, and I think in the long run of it, DE will pay for their mistake of that one, possibly. I mean, it still hasn't most will just mouth off about it and not even and keep going. And then there'll be the ones that really do quit playing the game over it and will down and shit on their game from that point on. I mean, there's, I had one guy, dude, he was very adamant in wishing death upon multiples. I mean, he was really fucking adamant in that. I mean, he was really, really fucking adamant in death and die and all kinds of crap. I mean, that I don't think he really understood the consequences of a lot he was throwing out there on that one. I mean, I mean, you could call it a hate video, or they could get him on numerous things to have it removed on him, to have it removed just of the hate and the death and all that bullshit, where he's wishing death on some DE and some YouTubers that he seemed to have some disgust with. He's calling ass kissers. I mean, he must not have dealt with YouTube too much, man, because he didn't know there's ass kissers on YouTube, man. I mean, fucking YouTube. Some girl he had as a YouTuber, he had a hard ass beef with her on that deal, man. I mean, he had a hard beef on her, man. He kept wishing her ass death and was talking shit about her, which is funny, man. I mean, because in my opinion, was really fucking funny. I'm trying to look him up here. To be honest, I just have to give him a recent watch here because let me find it here. I mean, because the dude just goes to hell for about 20 fucking minutes. I mean, hell yeah, I found it, bro. Here we go. I mean, let me see here. I shouldn't get in no troubles over this. I just throw the name of it out there in case you guys want to go check him out. This is the name of the video I'm talking about. And,
Warframe Riven Nerf's good job to boycotting Fortuna Warframe.
Well, it's a good job D boycotting Fortuna Warframe. That's the guy's video. I put in the best direction I can on that one. I mean, he's the only one so far that I've found, it's went to hell over it. And I mean, he's honestly went to hell over it. That's a fact. And I mean, that's an apparent fact. That dude just went to hell over it. I mean, and maybe he just wants some fucking attention. I mean, thus far his video has 57 views on it, so he's not so bad, I don't guess, when it comes to that. I give him a like because he made me laugh on several occasions, and I thought it was worth a like. I mean, and I do understand what he's saying and get him 100% of what he's saying, but I mean, he made it apparent straight up that, I mean, if you come in or fanboy and ass kissing on him, he wouldn't even let your comments go up. So he's got his comments to where he's going, I mean, and I mean, I understand how he feels. I have mine the same way, but it's not over that. I mean, I could give a less of shit if you disagree with me when it comes to something about a game. I mean, to be honest, I'm totally honest. But, I mean, the dude does have, he's legit on a lot of it. And, he honestly is. He's totally legit about a lot, and then he's kind of okay. Okay, he's a PS4 player, so he's a console player. So evidently, it's dead to strike him today with everybody else. And I mean, he sits and talks shit about Rockstar, but in his videos, he's playing one of Rockstar's games. He's playing Red Dead 2, so, I mean, and he really dead set, and, I mean, you can watch it yourself. And he calls Neverwinter a porta potty game. Porta potty games. I don't know what he means by that, okay? This dude's he's a work of art, I can tell you that, bro. I think he's awfully damn funny, in total honesty. I mean, in total honesty, I think he's funny as hell. I mean, okay, welcome to the channel of blah blah, where I do rants, games, typical funny moments, and randomness. It's all here. Meet new people and grow my channel. Yeah, well, I'll give you on the funny moments, bro. Well, I to be honest and sincere about deal, dude, I do not agree with drama channels. I mean, that's bringing shit onto yourself. And he even says he's a drama, dating in the drama. Haha, and what I do on a daily basis. But my life isn't planned, so I just do pretty well, much whatever the fuck I want. Okay. Nice job, bro. Nice job. So the way I take it, he's pretty well throwed his rant out for the hell of it, to try to draw a little bit of attention to himself. The way I'm saying it, I mean, basically, anybody that rants on a daily basis and rants of games is just looking in the negativity of it. I mean, in my opinion, I mean, totally honest on that deal. Anybody that's, I mean, because there's everybody looks at negativity and stuff. I mean, when really kind of honestly should try to stick with somewhat positive, which, I mean, it is legit, and I will give him that. His rant kind of was called for. I just didn't know he did them on a daily basis. And to be totally honest about it, you know. I mean, honestly, people just buy into and shit like that too big time of it. I mean, which I've rented pretty hard my own self when it's come to Bethesda. I mean, Bethesda's on a downhill spiral, bro, if they don't get their shit together. And I mean, to be totally honest, fucking Activision's been on a downward spiral for the last few years, and I honestly thought it was really fucking funny that he mentioned two other creators, devs that were that don't rely on it. They choke you out with microtransactions. I mean, they honestly do. They just ram them down your damn throat. And he's sitting talking shit about them, but he's playing their game, promoting them. I mean, he's absolutely playing Red Dead 2, which, I mean, don't see anything wrong with that, honestly. I mean, but in all fairness and honesty, let's just be honest, is absolutely going to be a microtransaction game. I mean, absolutely, no doubt in my mind that that won't be a microtransaction game. I mean, positively it will be. I mean, that's plain as the nose on your face that we're talking Rockstar. I mean, they didn't do it with the first Red Dead, but, I mean, times has changed and different because the first Red Dead didn't come out before GTA 5. Then microtransaction city, bro. I mean, and to be honest, I mean, I'm a firm believer that they will implement it in it just as well as any other developer is doing. I mean, and then you can also say it like with GTA 5 toward other free-to-play games. That's what people say. Whoa, you get roped into the microtransactions. Damn, bro, you bought GTA 5 and you're in them. I mean, and then you can say, well, I really don't have to do it. No, motherfucker, I can grind my goddamn dick off and really get disgusted and show my hate of the fucking grinding system of that game. And then when they do an event on something, prick, unless you have grinded the shit out of the game and you got a little bit of cash saved up, you're not gonna buy the shit you're wanting. And without buying short cards, I mean, shit, dude, you're not fooling no fucking body. I mean, honest to God, that's one of the things I do like about this game. And if, for one, it is free to play. Another is that you do get to keep your stuff. But I mean, you know, on this deal about the ribbons it's honestly shady as you get on that shit. I mean, it's just being honest about it. I mean, but I'm a new player to the game. I mean, 6-7 months now that I've played it. To people that's played it, I guess from the time it's come out on console. Like I said, I'm still relatively new, so to me, it kind of really honestly don't matter that much. Well, it matters, I mean, you know, because you can tell that it's a chokehold on the game, but, I mean, to sit and talk shit about Rockstar and EA, and he's got Assassin's Creed Odyssey, that's EA. I mean, he's talking shit about them. There they are. He's playing one of their games. He's playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar has the microtransactions. Haven't hit it yet, but they haven't opened the multiplayer up online yet. So, and then you got Bethesda that I've heard a bunch of arguments that no, they're not going to put microtransactions in that game. That's bullshit, bro. I watched their shit on it where they plainly stated they were going to put microtransactions in that game, and then you got ESO as microtransactions for crowns. So that right there says right there that yeah, they know that little cash cow. I mean, how they implement how it's going to work and what you're going to be able to buy and shit with it. I mean, like with ESO, it's cosmetic mounts, property, and that. But you're not going to be able to own property in ESO or in Fallout 76, which kind of I think's a big fuck up. They made enough fuck ups toward that game. I don't want nothing to do with it. I mean, and then this one dude, I seen it on Facebook earlier. He had went out his way to comment on one of their game trailers that I'm playing the beta, you know, and I had five buddies stalk me. I went passive, motherfucker. That's a lie, 'cause you can't go passive in that fucking game. That another player can't kill you. That's bullshit. And when I died, I denied putting the bounty on their head. Well, I would too, motherfucker, because one of his buddies is going to shoot his ass for it. So, you know, you're just donating to their fucking cause. I mean, that deal. I mean, but I'm not going to talk shit about them about their game itself. The game looks great. Concept's decent. The bullshit they're implementing in it's trash. I mean, fucking same damn bullshit as fucking Ark Evolved, and I hate that fucking game. That is a shitty, another version of a fucking game that I hate, and that's fucking Ark. That fucking bullshit beat you down, goddamn grieve you, terrorize you, motherfucker, feed you berries and keep you locked up for a goddamn week bullshit. Fuck that, man. Even logging off, if you leave the goddamn server, you're fucking stuck there. Now fuck that shit, dude. That was awful fucking goddamn money I spent on that piece of shit. And there's people who love that game, and I don't give a fuck. I'm not a lover of that game. I hate that fucking game. That game is trash and set up for people to be Andre-ass cocksuckers and run along, and it will happen with Fallout, and I've done throwed it out there, and it will be seen. Because you got these bunch of fuckers on Ark that'll convert right over to that motherfucker just to cause havoc in hell. And I think Bethesda will get what they got coming to them for not fucking listening to their fucking community. That deal, I mean, to be honest about it, I mean, you take a group of people that can raise havoc in a game and on a game and make it just totally disgusting for anybody to come new into games. I mean, ESO is a prime example of that the community does not welcome new players to the game, that they just treat them like shit. And I mean, I would honestly hope that Bethesda could kind of cure that people are doing them that way, fucking with their cash cow, and could, I mean, it could easily turn sour for DE too, man. I mean, this dude says he's seen a drop in their game in the past couple years, but I wouldn't know that because I didn't play the game in the last few years, and from the way I took everybody in the last few years of the game, it's only got better. So, I mean, he's kind of contradicting what everybody else is saying about the game. Overall experience with this game is really good. I mean, you do. It's a microtransaction game, and you have to honestly keep that in mind with the game. But it can be played, unlike GTA or those games. It can be, I mean, even it can be played with very minimal money spent. Well, I wouldn't even say very minimal. You might as well just jerk your man purse open. You're going to spend money on the motherfucker if you want to do it in a bit of fashion that it's not going to take you years to complete shit. Because keep in mind, there's people who played it for years that can say, well, I don't have to worry about buying plat because I'm this and I'm that. Well, I'd say so, bro. If I was a Master 25, you wouldn't have to worry, because I'd say by then you should have about every fucking thing they have to offer and can sell more than I can, or somebody that's not played it that much. I mean, that's just common fucking sense. I mean, and from my understanding, the game wasn't that fucking great when it first was released on consoles. So, I mean, and do you ought to keep that in kind of mind too there, you know. If you go to changing up shit a whole lot there, they probably would lose their community. I mean, it's like this, man. You take guys like the dude that's pissed and he goes to hating on the game, and then his buddies go to hating on the game, and then it just spreads and spreads, and I mean, then decline and drop. ESO's a prime example of that deal, dude. I mean, honestly, look how many people stream the fucking game anymore. At one time, it was 50 to 100 at a time you would see on, when, you know, you'd see it streaming, and now, I mean, like on the PlayStation itself, 7 to 10, I mean, that's low numbers on streaming on that game, man. I mean, especially when you got Black Ops 3, a game that's really out of its prime for about 3 years now, that more people are streaming that motherfucker than they are ESO. I mean, the game's older, ESO is, but continuous content added to it that you would think that would be a drawing in more, that people as a whole do not like that fucking community, the way they act and do, and talk to you and degrade you, and it's get good, motherfucker. I mean, to where this community is totally different. They do not disclude you or anything because you're a lower rank. I mean, to be honest, and you'll find there's plenty of people who will help you on this game to where they won't on ESO. They'll tell you go fuck yourself, or how much goes in it for me. I mean, that's just the way they are on that game. And I mean, and let's face it, the CODs are just Call of Duties. They're just fucking they're competitive multiplayer. So you know, unless you can't expect help there unless it's in zombies, and they fucked them around so much that. I mean, even down to Black Ops 3's even got friggin' microtransactions in their fucking zombies to make the liquid divinium. I mean, motherfucker, man. And then they'll bitch over a game that is free to play with microtransactions. I mean, what the fuck's the I mean, at least you didn't give $60 fucking for the game and then get it rammed down your throat. They're just making you choke on it as a free to play. I mean, that's just being honest, man. I mean, you can look at it any way you want, whether you like it or not. It's totally up to you. I'll be honest. I think a lot of shit's overpriced on it. I mean, but it's one of those things, man. I mean, if you like the game, you want to play it, you're going to pay. And if not, I mean, you're going to walk away from it and you're going to go on to the next game. But I mean, as far as this shit about microtransactions and that shit, you might as well. I mean, they're around to stay. I mean, they honestly are. And I don't think now, even as a gaming community, that we could honestly get them back out of it. I mean, because there's always these guys that don't have enough time to play the game and farm it out or do whatever they're wanting in the game, so they will pay to do it. And I mean, so you're not gonna. You can bitch all you want, but it's a thing that people really kind of do want. I mean, it's just one of those things that people really do want, but they don't want. I mean, unless you're like EA or Rockstar, completely ramming it down your fucking throat. And I mean, and the reason I say that is, and Bethesda for that matter, because you're paying, Bethesda is a prime fucking example. You're paying $15 fucking a month for a subscription to that game that you're just getting 1,500 crowns. That will not buy you but like 3 crown crates. That's it. I mean, and that's gambling because you're rolling the dice to see whatever the fuck you're gonna get there. But I mean, but not laying all shit aside. It's not enough crowns to really do that much with. Anything that's worth shit in that game is more than 1,500 fucking crowns, unless it's most mounts are 2,000 to 3,000 crowns. So they got it set to, even with your free 1,500 crowns, and they're not free because you're paying for them. Even with those, you still got to spend about $7, $8 whatever, to put more crowns with it to end up with enough to even buy a mount. And all the good mounts come in the gambling crates. You know, so there you go there. And but you do get enough of it till you can buy like a costume or something for your tune. But I mean, it's just one of those things there, man. You don't hear people bitching about that, dude. I mean, do you hear them bitching about, well, I'm paying $15 a month to play this bastard, and plus I'm a funneling out money left and right on crowns. Plus you take the people that will literally sit and funnel money in, and the RNG on the drops on that motherfucker is pathetic. Trust me, I spent $75 fucking dollars my own self trying to get a damn camel that I never did get. And I mean, yeah, I mean, dude, damn. There's worse games to play than this game, and that's just being honest. Just for the microtransaction deal. I mean, the one like Chroma, that'll be on there for what, about 3 months, long in or 4, whatever. Then they'll take it down, they'll put another one up, and then plus whatever frames they'll add and this and that shit. But I mean, it's they're options of, do you really want to or not buy it, you can live with or without. I mean, it's up to you of that deal. I mean, weapon wise and shit, and the other stuff,
Tenno, a new alert has begun. It will be marked
you
on
can beg to
navigation.
differ on, but I mean, it just basically it's just one of those deals that you will either you'll do it or you'll not do it. I mean, it's totally up to the guy playing the game, but it does piss you off when they go to pull them with shit in the game. I mean, and I've quit games over that reason. I mean, I quit ESO over that reason, but it was a combined deal of the reason I quit ESO. It never had anything to do with the microtransactions. I can honestly say that. Nothing to do with it. Mine was the community, and they couldn't leave their fucking characters alone. I mean, they were nerfing everything but the right thing. And I mean, I guess in that sense, you know, DE should really pay attention to that. I mean, because you know, we are talking. We are honestly talking. Gaming communities are weird anyway. And you don't want to fuck with gamers. Gamers will friggin' make you or break you, and that's a fact. And I mean, they honestly will. They will make you or fucking break you, and I would think that DE would realize that, or not just DE, Rockstar, EA, unless you're arrogant bastards like Activision is, and think that every game you turn out you shit a gold. I mean, and it's not the case. The decline in their sales in the past few years order really brought their dumb asses back to reality, and now the motherfuckers is even getting so damn hard up they're throwing battle royals in their shit, dude. I mean, goddamn, we got Fortnite and PUBG. We didn't need a battle royal fucking Black Ops. I mean, really. That game's been out 2 months, going on 2 months now, and I've not bought it, and honestly not going to buy it. No more than I plan on buying fucking Fallout 76. Still remains to be seen about Red Dead Redemption 2, because I'll be honest, I mean, I had my belly full with fucking GTA 5, dude. I mean, to be honest about it, GTA 5 seconded me, because I mean, the microtransactions wasn't really that bad, is that they did not pay enough in their missions to warrant. I mean, that was my whole fucking thing about that deal, is they just didn't, their damn heist and shit does not pay. I mean, they really make you choke on it, because they're saying, we're going to give you this little bit of amount that you'll never make enough, money during, and we're going to throw shit in continuously, and we're going to jerk it back out continuously. So, either you'll buy our damn short cards or you won't get jack shit. And I mean, and that's just totally, that's totally fucked up. I mean, even to this game, I mean, accessory pack. That is what I bought. That's about $70. Forget. That was a lot. But it did come with, I mean, you can sugarcoat it, but it was a lot. I mean, it was more in a game, and that's just being honest. And, I mean, and it's, I mean, I mean, you can honestly just say whatever the fuck, but when it boils down to it, dude, I mean, they can choke you with shit, or you can kiss their ass and say, no, I love giving them all my money. I mean, but they can choke you to death with fucking microtransactions. Any game can. I mean, fuckly thing like EA, man, and give you a third of a game and then go to selling you the other goddamn shit in it. I mean, and that's basically about what fucking Rockstar's done with GTA 5. I mean, yeah, the DLCs were free, but you still had to buy that base game to play it. And I mean, and that's still a lot better than the bullshit ESO pulls. I mean, ESO puts it to you either buy their damn add-ons, have ESO Plus, and then once a year, there's still a fucking add-on, an expansion that you will be forced into buying, period. I mean, and Bethesda, I mean, Fallout 4 wasn't as bad a game as you honestly think. A couple of the I mean, but they got lazy, dude, with Fallout 4, and I don't give a fuck to be, and I've said it numerous times. They got lazy with Fallout 4 with the simple fact that 2 of their goddamn expansions should have been their fucking DLCs for their that we bought as, you know, should have been part of the fucking game from the start. And that one was the workshop, and the other one was a fucking the first DLC period in the game. I mean, Vault 88 should have been part of the fucking game. I mean, you got 2 damn DLCs for that game, and that's basically all you got of a really incomplete game. And I mean, but it did have its good points of the unlimited rank and the perk sort being the way it was, instead of the card deal that is with this new one that you could honestly pick where you wanted to go and everything of it, and now it's totally different. You'll take what's randomly give to you and that's just bullshit, dude. I mean, it's no good basis of starting on Fallout. I mean, because you're going to take what's randomly give to you and microtransactions to boot in it with a baseline $60 with microtransactions added to it. I mean, they have no room to talk about Rockstar. And they damn sure ain't got no room to talk about this game because it's free to play, and I will guarantee you from their track record with Bethesda, they will be just as costly microtransactions as this game is. And I mean, a cryptic ain't no fucking bad. I mean, when it comes to the microtransactions, cryptic ain't no fucking better. And Fortnite really is not no fucking better. And it's cosmetics you're buying in Fortnite. It's cosmetics which PUBG don't have microtransactions, which is funny that they don't, but they really don't. And at the moment, I don't know. I haven't been on it in a long time playing it, but I do know Fortnite does have it. I mean, and it's changed weekly. I mean, so you know, Epic. And which you don't have to have it. I mean, unless you want those characters and those costumes. It's not like it's big game changers with Fortnite like it is with like GTA 5. A lot of time it is weapons, and I mean, and EA, man. I mean, they destroyed fucking Mass Effects. Let's just be honest with their microtransaction deal. And I mean, they honestly, and that's a shitty thing there, because that was a good that was a good game and a good series they had going there. That I honestly don't think that if they release another one, people will buy it, because they not only did it in with microtransactions. They sold a goddamn deluxe game and give you fucking credits to open boxes with. You didn't even get jack shit to what anyone thought they would get out of that game. I already know I bought the bastard. And that wasn't the case to buy a deluxe version of that game. If that's the case, buy the fucking base version, grind the son of a bitch, and you could get the same thing, but you're not going to hit the top of the leaderboard because you're not paying out the cash, man, to hit it. I mean, it's a pay to win, and that's a fact. And I mean, I'm not into pay to wins. I mean, and yeah. I mean, they destroyed that game. I mean, honestly, and I do honest and truly do not look for that game to survive what they pulled on this last one of that. There'll be some die-hard Mass Effect players that will buy the next one. But you can count me out on it, man, because one bad game out of a company is enough to turn you against them. And I mean, like Destiny. First one was good. second one's trash. I mean, so they say. I honestly don't see all that big bad shit wrong with it. I mean, to be totally honest, I really don't see a destroyed game, or I do see a whitewashed game of that they really didn't take the time to make another game. To be honest, I think Destiny 2 is really expansion from the first one. I mean, fuck, they didn't even change the name of the fucking guns. I mean, which happens a lot with the Call of Duties, which is expected, that guns reoccur in the game, and which, I mean, I think Bungie was a hell of a lot better off with Microsoft than the moves that where they're at right now. And that's just been, I mean, it's debatable, but I think Bungie made the best Halos to the date of the Halo series. Bungie made the best ones, and since Bungie has not been making those, they have took a big decline. Which and that's a toxic fucking community too, and which, I mean, shooters are toxic communities. They normally are, man. I mean, they live on hype and hating, and I mean, I mean, Microsoft really do an impressive game, because I mean, the Forza series they're okay, but I mean, Gears of War 4 was basically another flop, and PUBG is not even Microsoft. It was just one they is okay, but I mean, and Fortnite's okay as far as that goes. I mean, but not for extended play the way people get on that son of a bitch and play it, man. I mean, fuck for. I will say Fortnite's more challenging than PUBG. I mean, I will honestly say that, because you can build and shit to help protect yourself, to where PUBG you're more apt to just the environment itself, which, I mean, to me is kind of what makes me like PUBG. Then you got H1Z1, it's totally another battle royal, and exclusively toward the PlayStation, but computer game too. And I mean, that's why I keep saying I've honestly not seen any games that really enthused me and got me all hyped up wanting to play them. I mean, this one I lose interest in at points and times, because some shady towards shit, but I mean, not as shady as most companies. I mean, in my honest opinion, that they emphasize a lot of content that, I mean, I'm yet to see a whole lot of. I mean, a lot of alerts and stuff to keep you active at the game. I mean, but the Fortuna deal, that was announced way back in the summer, and here we are damn near almost to Christmas, and it's just now coming out on PC. And I mean, hard to say when they'll give it on the console, but and because they've not really said. I mean, let's be honest, they jumped up and throwed a hot fix in and fucked everybody, and so naturally people are pissed off. I'm not kissing DE's ass, far from it. I'm just saying, what's your alternative games right now? I mean, to be truly honest, you got Red Dead, Rockstar, you got you got Fallout 76, Bethesda, and other than that, what we've all been playing for quite a bit now. I mean, nothing really truly cutting edge new. I mean, nothing at the moment. I mean, and Destiny, I mean, that flop come out a while back, and it's and a new Call of Duty. I mean, that's a beg to differ deal there too, dude. I mean, they destroyed the only one good thing they had going for them was zombies, and killed off all their main players. And I've watched it. I've tried to I've watched some guys stream it, and I mean, some of the concepts, I mean, man, just totally turn against itself with that fucker, and the battle royale just is another bullshit deal to try to draw players from already games that are proven successes. I mean, that's just trying to, in my opinion, infringe from Fortnite and PUBG, throwing a battle royale up in the bitch when, I mean, I already have games like that, man. I mean, it's, and besides that, they throw the battle royale in something, and come October this year, we're about into, will be irrelevant to the next one they release. I mean, like I keep saying, when it comes to them, they're throwaway games. I mean, yeah, you got them and shit, but how many, besides Black Ops 3, it's the only one, and Black Ops 2, and Black Ops, all three Treyarch. It's the only ones I've ever really seen people go back and play. I mean, on a basis of, I mean, it's been really shocking. I mean, even after Black Ops 3 was said and done, they still come out and release Chronicles and all those zombie map packs that they brought back. They've been pretty continuous adding to that game, but I mean, I bought the deluxe edition of that game. That was $100 and something, which had included the season pass with it. And then you paid what, $39 more, I think, for the Chronicles, something like that. That's like $150 for that game, which that did carry you over through like 2 shitty ass Call of Duties, and I mean, and I did buy World War II. Played it very friggin' little. Played the zombies, did not like. I thought they were a cheesy knockoff from the other, and I mean, and wasn't willing to take another risk on another Call of Duty, to be honest, because I think that and the Battlefields, I haven't bought one of those in quite a long time, because I mean, Um, which to be fair and honest, I would buy one before I bought another Call of Duty. That's being honest. I mean, the Battlefields are pretty good games, and they at least you can fly a jet, drive a tank, and stuff in those. To where the Call of Duty, I mean, it's 6 to whatever man team that, and Battlefields are set up to, they can be what, I think like, I forget how many on a server. It's been so long. I mean, but haters, cheaters, and I mean, that's shitty deals, dude. I mean, if you're really legitly good at the game, you're labeled as a cheater. If you're a cheater on the game, they think you're a god. I mean, that's and I mean, and to me, the only thing that the Call of Duty's ever had going for them were the zombies. That they did screw them. I mean, I was content waiting every year to 2 years. It was 2 years, but it was just once every other year. You were getting them, and I was content with Ghost, with the aliens, that they all had their own type of game modes. Other than the multiplayer that would draw you to them. I mean, I thought Ghost was great just for the aliens in it, and that's something. Thereafter that, they never chose to go try to further themselves with that. They thought, holy fuck, we got a cash cow of zombies. Let's drive it in the fucking ground. And that's really what they did. And I mean, and as it is, I quit with Black Ops 3 when it come with the zombies, because I don't think they're going to get any better than those, because they keep fucking with them. And like I said, if you play Black Ops 3 all the way through, you realize they killed all their fucking main players off. I mean, to me, I just ended the trilogy of them, so why go on from there, dude? I mean, just being an enthusiast and liked the story of the zombies and the lore of it, and being honest, and I mean, they, instead of something they could have, man, they had them time traveling, dude. They could have jumped them all over and shit, but they chose to kill them off. And they say they got a one-time deal in the new one, which I don't want to even buy the motherfucker to find out, to be honest about it. And I mean, but as it is, they killed their asses off. I know they did, and they can't play it off if they didn't. And I mean, it just ended a good trilogy they had going. I mean, it was a good run for them while they did it, and they fucked it up, and they can blame their own damn selves for that. Which, really, can you kind of blame them? Because Activision had all their goddamn developers making them, and the ones that started that trend was having to share the wealth with the rest. I mean, it's shitty, dude. I mean, and they gambled on the wrong thing when, I mean, they should have kept making the other, like the survivals and the aliens and stuff, and let Treyarch done the fucking zombies, and before they fucked around and killed the integrity of them like they have. I mean, zombies are zombies, and I love them, but I mean, I loved the Treyarch zombies. I didn't care too much for the for the other versions, and that's just being honest. I mean, like, what the fuck was the name of that gamer, man? They haven't made none in quite a long time. Left 4 Dead. Or not Left 4 Dead, matter of fact, hang on here. I got the damn thing for PC. Second. I think I have it right. Let me find it here. Yeah, I do have it. This game. Left 4 Dead 2. Like this game. I mean, why they didn't try to make any more of these, I do not know. But now, I love this damn game. I mean, it's, but it's riddled with hacks anymore. But, I mean, in the day, that was a great game. And so many tried to play off that deal of that. And, I mean, sometimes different versions of a game are better, and then there's times they don't need to fuck with it and let the ones that made that trend keep that trend going. And I mean, Activision is such greedy bastards that they just couldn't have it being turned out. They know their games. That I mean, literally, I mean, statistics and numbers do not lie, and right now they're not sitting high on Black Ops 4 either. I mean, I think in their case the damage is done, but you do have these diehard people that just don't want to let the game die, and I mean, really, why the fuck not, dude? Because, I mean, they're microtransactions and you're ass to death. And, you're given $80, or you're given $60 for the game. You're paying, what, $49.95 for their fucking, for their bullshit, unless you want to get $15 a map for them, which you probably out better, because let's face it, you don't get no rewards no more, dude, like you used to get. Period. With the Call of Duties used to be, you got an exclusive gun from that DLC or something, and they made it kind of somewhat worth your while to buy their shit. Anymore, it's a fuck you, buy this, and then we're gonna microtransaction you to death, dude. I mean, why the fuck are you buying a season pass, dude? I mean, when they're making a killing off of microtransactions, and people will funnel big amounts of money into these motherfuckers, knowing good and well they're I mean, if you're addicted to gambling, bro, go to Vegas, where maybe you might be able to get a little bit of your funds back, but at least you can get you a hooker while you're there, dude. I mean, damn. And it really is gambling. It is not like, it is not unlike this game, to where you see exactly what you're getting. Even I will even say that to ESO. Besides their little gambling crates, that the majority you buy, you see exactly what you're getting. Like if you want to buy this, you see exactly what you're getting for 225 fucking flat. Which is what, oh gosh, about $20. Basically, you can get what, about 370 plat for $20. Plat's not cheap, man. I mean, but nonetheless, you do see what you're getting. To in the case with the ESO, man, or not ESO, their crown crates. Yeah, you're definitely taking a big ass fucking chance with them, especially if you're looking for one specific thing and you don't get it. So you will keep funneling. I don't think Bethesda Bethesda don't know that trend. They know that trend, and but I think every one of them's fucking figured that out by now. That this idiot will sit and funnel all his cash into this, trying to get this. I mean, and then you could say, and then they'll be the ones say, "Oh man, you can play the game and you can get them." Motherfucker, who the hell you trying to pull it? You gonna sit there and grind a good goddamn out of missions, knowing good and motherfucking well that it will take you. You'll be lucky if you get one of them a fucking day. Really, dude. I mean, honestly, you're not fooling me, bro. You done broke out, and then. And in kids' cases, man, they done went and stole their parents' credit card and they're going to town, bro. I mean, not too swiftly, bro. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm still not saying these guys ain't overpriced on their shit. I'm just saying you see what you're getting and what you're paying for is to those games. It's a shot in the dark, bro. I mean, EA's about to put herself fucking under over it. Activision, they're about to go under over it. I mean, they probably not tell that, but I will guarantee at this point in time, yeah. I mean, that is that is where they got the diehards, and it's idiots that'll keep fucking funneling. I mean, and I've heard people say, well, it's gambling. Really, it is gambling. I mean, and to a person that likes to gamble, that would be addictive. To sit and keep rolling that motherfucker trying to get, well, I'll do it again. Well, I'm about $100 in here and I ain't seen shit. I learned real quick about the crown crates with Bethesda, not to fuck with them, to be honest about it. I mean, after $75, I said, fuck it, Camel. And that was my exact words, but it's the same man that turned right around and paid $150 for a virtual piece of property that I don't even give a fuck for it, and it's truly not in, and I'll screenshot that's not in my consoles anymore, either one, and I just removed it. I mean, tired of fucking with them, it's over their community, and which, don't get me wrong, these good people plays that game, they really are, but I mean, it just it's personal choice on that deal. I mean, I'm better with them anyway, so, but was willing to give it another shot. And this game, I mean, I could sit and talk some shit toward this fucker here that I honestly don't like and think that it's pure shit. But I mean, it's nothing that people hasn't discussed and said before about it. But there are worse games at the moment. I mean, and honestly, in my opinion, I have not seen anything that truly gives me that push that I want to play it. I mean, I just haven't seen it. To be honest, it was by chance, and a lot of subs kept going on me that I ended up playing this game and did like it, and do like it, as far as that goes. I mean, I was, because I honestly hadn't seen jack shit, and I mean, that I honestly wanted to fuck with it, and I still haven't. to be totally honest about it. I mean, a Western is pretty cool, and that's being honest. But, I mean, I just gotta wait and see where some things work out toward that game. And another thing, I want to see how bad they are with the microtransactions on that game. Because now, I mean, Rockstar's notorious for shitty microtransactions. I mean, and to pay that much for a game and then still have that deal. And I mean, one of the I mean, damn, they didn't do all that much with Red Dead, the first one, or when it comes to the multiplayer of it. I mean, and then it got riddled with fuckers hacking. I mean, not that it will this time around, but I mean, it did, dude. It got riddled with hackers, and then they didn't add nothing to the multiplayer of it and shit. Is it going to be another one of those? Or, which I don't think so. I think this one will be, they'll add content and it will be microtransaction. But are they going to do it like, GTA 5 to where, you know, the content adds like this game, or, you know, or you're going to have to pay for it and plus the microtransactions? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, dude. I mean, it honestly wouldn't that if they did it. And Bethesda, I mean, my nephew said it shows for season pass. I don't know. I haven't. I quit checking that game out. He says they're selling a season pass for it. I don't know. I do know, and that's like I tried to explain to him. It is going to have microtransactions. And he says, no, they're selling the season pass. I said, well, they're going to triple dose them, bro. Because I honestly don't know. I don't get on my Xbox all that much. I didn't pre-order, thank God. But you can't get your money back. And that's another thing. I think that's bullshit. And I do think it's bullshit. Having to pre-order to play a beta that, I mean, should be thrown out there for everybody to play to help you in your decision of buying that game, because by the time that beta comes along, it's, I mean, and you had to pre-order to play it, it's a little bit too late right then and there, old pal, to on that deal. I mean, it's a little bit too late there to have to start whining and bullshit, because you're done stuck then that you are gonna, the game's yours, all shit, or for better or worse, it's your game. And so, I mean, I think that's just crap, man. I mean, if a game is really truly a good game and worthy, they will release that beta publicly instead of this bullshit pre-order shit, because you're hooked then, and that does not give you no options on that deal. I mean, and I've learned that when it's come to the pre-order bullshit, tends to be a bad game when they want you to pre-order to play it. I mean, that's just being honest. I mean, anymore, the way that these companies, DE included, go out of their way to get YouTubers to endorse their shit for them, and it is to the point that you can't really hardly believe any YouTuber, because I mean, because they can be licking boot. And look at Destiny. A lot of YouTubers pissed a lot of people off because Bungie had. I mean, you're getting paid, dude, you're gonna say whatever the fuck they want you to. Like this one dude went to Bethesda's preview of the beta and played it and said, well, I'm gonna tell it like it is, and then that fucker pretty well done a 30-minute video sucking her dick. And I mean, even to the people in the comments said, oh, dude, I mean, to be honest with you, and no offense, you said you was going to tell the good and the bad of the game, but all we've sat and heard you was for the past 30 minutes kissing ass, and so I mean, I'll take an independent YouTuber opinion of a game a lot faster than I will these guys that go and run and make a channel or completely rearrange their channel to suit one game. I mean, they're getting endorsements from that company, and therefore they're not going to give you a really, truly, legit review of that game. I mean, they're honestly not going to. I mean, they're not going to talk down on their cash cow, and that's a fact. Learned that in building a computer. Learned that really quick. That these guys that are getting paid to do this shit are not going to tell you. Very few will, and very few will tell you exactly everything that's. I mean, you will. It's just because it's the internet don't mean motherfuckers don't lie, dude. I mean, let's just be honest about it. I mean, and you can take people that are truly pissed off or hostile toward companies and shit that maybe wanted that endorsement and didn't get it, and they're going to down it too. I mean, and some people like shit that some people don't and stuff. I mean, but it's best to make your own opinion of a game and shit. I mean, just because I keep saying what I do when it comes to Bethesda, when it comes to Fallout 76, means a lot don't feel that way. I mean, evidently not, because there's a lot about the fucking game. But I mean, it's just things that I honestly see that I couldn't play the game on account of. I mean, in my opinion. For me, that is. Don't mean it's for you, but for me, them are game breakers for me. And the main thing is not being able to go passive without having to rely on some dick sucker to pull a orc on me. I mean, but it's almost 6 in the morning here, guys, and I got a half-assed headache still and not feeling too swift, so I'm going to bed. But I mean, I'm just being honest to my true opinions of it. And like the deal with the Nerf and shit here on Fallout or on Warframe is not right. And if the community decides to do shit with them about it, I'm for sure they'll regret it. But there's always going to be ass kissers in the crowd, and you can bet on that. And there are going to be people say, well, that's not that bad. Well, anytime they nerf anything in a fucking game, it is bad, regardless of what people says. It is bad, and a lot of people rely on selling these damn things. So you can understand and truly understand their disgust with DE that they just made these not worthless, but they've hurt the prices on them big on them, and I mean, you know, you can understand that. I understand it, and not that I sell them veiled, said, you know, never got that much out of them anyway, unless it was a melee or a rifle ribbon. But as it is, they're the ones that's got affected kind of the well, not the melees. So I mean, melees might go up for the moment, but I mean, I wouldn't invest into them, knowing that they've done said when what's it called here? Melee 3.0 comes out, they're going to be affected there, you know. So, I mean, I wouldn't do it. I mean, because it says tweaks will come along with weapons with weapon balancing in Melee 3.0. So I wouldn't invest into them myself, because you don't know where they're going to go either. And I mean, these guys, I asked them really legit questions to them that they never did come back out and answer them, you know, when they asked them. Which I mean, I think that's just a given that it does affect the ones you already have. I mean, in my opinion, I think that's just a given that the melee, I mean the ribbons, you like these, even though you already have them, that hotfix did affect them. I mean, but they never would. It's one dude. He's a PC gamer too. He's a PC member. Asked him, does this effect exist in mods? They never would answer him. I mean, and he asked that 12 hours ago, and I mean, they never answered him, and I mean, I think it's a given that it does, and I mean, that's steering away from the question that is a legit question, but I honestly think that it does affect them, and it did affect them, and for every one weapon that's in that list, at the 40% they chose not to fuck with, and that's what it says. They 40% of the weapons weren't messed with. So of the primary weapons, but on the same hand, they went down to even name the shotguns that they messed with. I mean, and the arc plasma was one of them. So I mean, the people that got row on the arc plasma, I mean, your arc plasma took a hell of a hit, bro. I mean, and they say it'll do better in some places and worse in others, but I mean, that's real shady shit nonetheless, and I mean, and kind of funny, arc plasma was top of the list on the shotguns that got it, and the stiletto, he got it. I mean, the list is there, dude, and it is the list that I named out right in the top, and it will be under DevWorks ribbon disposal changes. That is it. I mean, I'm not giving her shitting ass links out and shit. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to do it. It's too easily found, especially at this point where everybody is going to hell over it. So I mean, but the list is honestly there, and I mean, you should look at it your own self and not take my word or anyone else's word for it. I mean, look at the list and decide your own self. I mean, I mean, I truly, honestly, as a gamer and a gamer first and foremost, no, I don't like it either because of the simple fact, anytime anything gets fucking nerfed in a game such as this is not good, because I honestly do not understand nerfing stuff that does not have consequences to other players. If it was a PvP environment, I would say, whatever, is what it is. They're leveling the playing fields. This has no other effects on other players besides winning and struggling, and I mean, evidently DE wants to see you struggle. I mean, in my honest opinion, that they would tamper with these, not just one time, but the several times they have did it. I mean, maybe sometimes they do put too much to one and need to lower it, but nonetheless, I'm a firm believer at nerfing's never good, and if they nerf these, what the fuck else will they nerf as far as the game goes? I mean, to be honest about it, because these are kind of petty to what they can nerf. I mean, and if they go to fuck 'em with these, as petty as these are, besides that, the simple fact that people do sell them very high and stuff, and I mean, you can look at it a lot of ways when it comes to the Revan mods. I mean, anytime you go up in trade chat, you always see someone asking 400, 500, 600 plat for a Revan mod, especially like one for Arc Plasma, that seem to end up getting a Nerf put on it. I mean, and the ones that really don't sell that good, like it's Boltix, is not even on the damn list. That's a melee weapon, so, and the Galatine is not on her because it's a melee weapon. This one's on her, didn't take a hit to it. This one, matter of fact, both these two did get buffs instead of reductions. This one is not even on the list. This mod's not even on the list, but it's for a weapon that they just brought back. That I mean, it does kind of look kind of shitty, but they did put the Rubico on her, and was kind of surprising, because I mean, right now the Rubico's selling with Chroma Prime. So I mean, your incentives of buying Chroma Prime just went out the fucking door, didn't they, bro? I mean, because they nerfed this bastard, and that's a fact. This bastard here, it took a nerf. And this gun recently was given away with Twitch Prime, and they nerfed it. I mean, that gun was just recently given away, and they nerfed that motherfucker. A matter of fact, last month it was, I'm pretty sure.
will be marked
that
on
they just give
navigation.
this fucking gun away, and they nerfed the damn thing. And I mean, and your Rubico's been nerfed. So, I mean, it's on the list. The Rubico's on the list. This gun's on the list. And the shitty part is, Twitch just give it away. So, I mean, don't look too good for fucking Twitch, does it? I mean, if you're keeping Twitch Prime for shit like that, which I don't. I mean, I keep my Amazon Prime to watch movies and shit, so it does not affect me when it comes to this stuff. But I mean, the gun was given to me through that purpose, that it got fucking nerfed. It took a nerf from took a nerf from a 1.0 to 0.92. Don't have a Revan mod for it, and I would say one for this gun was very fucking expensive that I wouldn't even look for. And look at everybody in chat. Rubico mod, Rubico mod, Rubico mod. Well, motherfucker, I mean, you know, I would say your Rubico mod that you've been selling for anywhere from 7 to 8 to 1,000 platter just went to shit on you, bro. I mean, 'cause you're not gonna get it no more. Now the Soma, 0.5 to a 0.55, I mean, not so bad. That was good for it. But a 1.1 on the Rubico with a deduction of a 0.95, dude, I mean, that's a hard hit on that fucking on that gun, on that mod, bro. I mean, you cut the stats. Now, I don't give a fuck what how they try to sugarcoat it, because one says, "Oh, I've not seen that bad that I can hardly tell the reduction." That's a decent reduction when you cut that much from a mod. I mean, now fuck, dude. It was done with a specific means to cut reductions. If you got on your weapon per se, okay, on this weapon is a 2.0 crit multiplier on it, with a 64% status is what this weapon's running, with a magnetic of 790.0 is all good with and then you cut. Well, I think the Rubico would be the better example, because you know it did take the cut. And this weapon has no I have no Rubico mod, which to be honest, you know, I needed the form of a sumbitch anyway to bring it on up, but it stands for what it is. This gun is, I mean, I had some hard hits on this fucking gun. I mean, the mod is cut, so why the fuck even buy it? I mean, really, when you can get as much out of the gun without even putting the fucking mod on it, in my opinion. Yeah, you might get just a touch more, but I mean, the deductions that I see being put on the mod itself is damn, bro. I mean, really, you can there's other mods to use that's not been affected that I mean, that you're going to take that big ass space up for, because let's just like be honest, like even with say this mod, because it's equipped, is taken and it's bumped out, so I mean, and that's a lot of space this mod is taken up with some good row on it, that I mean, kind of makes you not even want to fuck with them, to be honest, with the mods, because I mean they're not in game. I mean they're a big help, but when it boils down to it, it's not completely like a like an in-game deduction. When I mean, there you go. That's 18. Because it's formed and I've got it dropped that way. I mean, that's 18 bro. That absolutely. I mean, because it's cut in half where it's formed. But I mean, and these mods won't turn that high. I mean, straight up, 15. What 15 is as high as you can go. Heavy caliber as 16. I mean, but it's that's some big fucking cuts on those mods, dude. I mean, it's all off the top of my head, and I'd have to have a calculator to really deduct that stuff. But I mean, that's some big ass fucking cuts on these mods. That I guess, you know, if you want to be true and honest about it, can be looked as dead to stop the high sale of them. I mean, for the mods that they have done, it seems like they picked out some guns that very easy to come by, and was like the arc plasma. I mean, well, frick, dude. I mean, everybody is running that weapon with a with a mod on it, with a Revens mod, because you see it in chat all the time. As look here, okay, here we go, unrose plasma, and I would say would want quite a bit, and and that's a weapon that's not on the. To be honest, that's a weapon that's not. It's not on it, you know. That I can see. Nope, that weapon's not on it, but I have that weapon. To be honest, I have the weapon because we all had to buy it. I mean, let me find it here. I do have the weapon. This is a secondary. Secondary, that weapon is. Or I might have fucked around and deleted that weapon. Don't think so. Pretty sure it was a primary. Nope, right here it is. I know I had the weapon. The weapon sold on the dashboard was relevant, and it's not on the list. I mean, seriously, this weapon's not on the list, and I mean, and the boater prime's not on the list. Well, the boater itself is not on the list. I mean, does kind of favor that they're pushing weapons that that kind of got to be bought, because as you can see, if I can find it, where I don't think relevance even on there anymore. Well, let's go to weapons. Go to primary. Right here it is. As you can see, I own it. I mean, it honestly kind of don't look too good for him on that deal there. Especially that they nerfed a weapon, a mod for a weapon that was giveaway on Twitch Prime not even a month ago. I mean, to be honest, matter of fact, around the first of the month, right? I'm pretty sure. I'd have to go to my Twitch Prime and look, but I'm thinking that weapon was giveaway. October, back last month in October. And will be continuously giveaway till March 11th. So, oh gosh, bro. I mean, that kind of looks really, fucked up and shitty for them, dude, that they pulled that one. I mean, to totally be honest, I mean, that they did a weapon, a ribbon on a weapon that they give away, just a matter of fact, last month. I mean, just this past month it was giveaway, and I mean, and it's a sniper rifle. It's not like you're going to kill multiple motherfuckers with it, unless it's where the people are using it in the Rubico going on the plain Delta line, taking the fucking taking them out in one and two shots with them. I mean, I would think that might have something to do with it. That people are complaining, oh, these fuckers is going and killing these Turlines with one and two shots, and here I'm having to but I really doubt it. I think it's exactly what it is, to be honest. Just to be totally honest, that's what it more strikes me a bit, is that they decided that they would make it to where, they'd have better sales of weapons that and stuff. And I'd say you will start seeing, like, I mean, the common weapons that nobody really uses is the ones that didn't get hit on that deal, and the ones that people are using a lot of, like the snipers and stuff like that. They affected them, and I know good and damn well, bro. I mean, to the list that's here, this don't even. I don't see how they even get of a 40% of the weapons itself that they covered in this deal. I mean, this list here don't even start the weapons in this game, man. I mean, seriously. I mean, and what's up with removing the shit about the Sentinels, man? I mean, as the Sentinels, unrolled 225 here on Zurich, and that one's on the list. That gun, that weapon there that just come up is on the list. I mean, and pistol, I mean, I don't get this shit. These guys are kind of not even. They need to go read the dev streamer of what they're really thinking here, because read the devs of it, because I mean, this weapon's on the list. This one's on the list, and I'm pretty sure I got miles on that list. Or no, they said that one wasn't affected. That one's not affected. And the melees they haven't even got to yet. I mean, so, I mean, really, dude, that's, now this one is on the list. That one for sure. I mean, in my opinion, and the Rubico damn sure is, that one there is definitely on that fucking list. And this fucker's rode this 25 times. He's rode this as much as I've rode mine. I mean, in my opinion, I'm not going to keep buying the Revan mods when, in my honest opinion, you'd come out better buying the Prime mods, because they didn't take hits like this, to be totally honest. I mean, yeah, they cost more to fuck with, but I mean, in the long run of it, they didn't take hits like this, like these Revens did. And I'm sorry to say it, but I don't think a little bit of bitching is going to get them to fix them either, man, to be totally honest about it. That they're going to do anything with these but what they have done. I mean, several times they have done it before, and I will guarantee they have been bitched and carried on those several times before. Now this one, as a Supra, it's definitely on her, so, you know, I mean, buddy, I mean, I'm just, in my opinion, straight up, a little bit of bitching's not going to matter to them about it. I mean, so these, in my opinion, is not worth the investment of them. Not when you have prime mods, and there's other options to like Prime Shell Shock, which I own, by Prime George Shell. I mean, yeah, dude, I'd put the 50 plat in there right there before I'd be putting shit into a mod for arc plasmers and nothing. The gun itself did not take a nerf. The mod, the Revan mod, is the fucking thing took the nerf. I mean, so I mean, they can't say they nerfed the weapon. They nerfed the mod you're putting on the weapon. I mean, and for that matter, which I like, the one dude did explain it most. You know, you put a lot of time into them, then you have to keep rolling them with cool. Oh, that shit, man. But a lot of people's RNG are good on the game that don't have to even have to roll them as soon as they open them. I've seen good rolls on them from the start. So, you know, That's yeah, that's not who swept on that deal, bro. But it's just being honest, you know. I mean, and the ones they did do are the ones people were using for in-game content, and I mean, from what I've seen about the end game, I mean, and I'm honestly two, and I can't figure out which two they are. I'd have done finished them, but from getting the alerts, and they come early, and from the mods that they added there, that everybody says they're trash. So I mean, that's one of the other reasons I quit trying to finish my store chart. Stopped trying to finish my store chart on out, is because I mean, is it really worth all of it when everyone's saying that the mods are not even worth it? I mean, and now instead of every 15 minutes, and then it's every 30 minutes, and everything is just longer. And if you die, you're dead. That's it. It's over with. I mean, you can play it again, but you're dead. That's it. There's no reviving you. There's none of that stuff. You die, you die. I mean, and for all that effort, you're getting no more than that. I mean, I can understand a lot of the disgust people are having. I mean, truly, I honestly can, because you have to look. I mean, guys have played this game for years for this. I mean, and they finally give them in-game content, and the rewards for it are pure shit. I mean, they say it's Endo, and which to me Endo would be good, but I mean for a Master 25, that's pretty well rocking with everything anyway. Endo really don't mean jack shit. And they say that comes up more than anything, and the mods, like two of the whole bunch of them, are worth having, and the rest are debatable or trash. So, I mean, it's one of those things. But anyway, guys, please like and sub, and I'm out.